Lesson 4 of Chapter 2 is about multiplying and dividing integers, and we're going to do that in that order, multiplying first and then dividing. First, we have a couple of these to work on with the number line down here. We have positive 3 times negative 2. And stop and think about that for a second. What does that mean? We have negative 2 3 times. And that's going to really help us out with this because we know if we do negative 2 one time, we would start at 0 and work backwards to negative 2. But that's not just once, it's 3 times. So let's do it twice more. There's twice, negative 2 3 times. So if we stop at this number, that would tell us that negative 2 3 times would get us to negative 6 for an answer. Let's do this one. We have negative 4 2 times. So if we're going to do this, we would say negative 4 twice, right? Whenever you see a negative number, you can always make that the one that's being multiplied by. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's twice. So then negative 8 would be our answer for negative 4 2 times. Let's do a few problems with this then. Let's actually use the rule here. We have multiplying and dividing rules for negatives and positives. So when the signs are the same, a negative and a negative, or a positive and a positive, your answer is going to be positive. If your signs are different, so if you have a negative and a positive or a positive and a negative, your answer is going to be then negative. So let's look at these ones. We have negative 4 times negative 2. I see a negative and a negative, which means that the answer for this is going to be positive. 4 times 2 is 8, so our answer would be 8 and then positive 8. Here we have negative 3 times negative 6. Same deal. We have a negative and a negative. So the answer again is going to be positive. 3 times 6 is 18, so our answer will be positive 18. Just to show you something different, if we did negative 3 times 5, for example, here's a negative and then a positive. They're different, so the answer is going to be negative. 3 times 5 is 15. Let's make that a negative 15 then for the answer. Let's do dividing. Remember that dividing follows the same exact rule system here. We have positive 72 divided by negative 9. We have a positive and a negative here. That's different, so the answer is going to be negative. 9 goes into 72 8 times, so then our answer would be negative 8. Here we have negative 100 divided by negative 5. Here we have a negative and a negative again. Right, so 5 goes into 100 20 times, and since it's a negative and a negative, our answer will be positive. Let's do a real-world problem then. We have a football team must move the ball at least 10 yards from its starting point to make a first down. If the team has 2 losses of 3 yards each, and then a gain of 14 yards, does the team make a first down? So we're going to answer this question. Does the team make that first down of 10 yards? Let's actually use a little bit of math to solve this then. Its first 2 plays were losses of 3 yards each. So you would do 2 times, remember they lost 3 yards, so that's negative 3. They went backwards 3. All right, then we need to gain 14 yards. So they add a 1 play of 14 yards. I did 1 times 14. Remember, we don't need to do that, so I'm just going to do multiply times 14 here because they gained 14 yards after that. So does that equal 10? Is it less than 10 or is it greater than? Well, let's solve it. 2 times negative 3 equals negative 6. Right? Negative and a positive makes a negative. Now we're going to add 14. Does that equal greater than, is it greater than or equal to 10? We have negative 6 plus 14 now. We have a negative and a positive. We're adding. So let's go to our adding rules. Remember when they're different signs, negative and a positive, you find out which one wins. The negatives or the positives, where the positives are bigger here. By how much? 14 is 8 bigger than 6. So 8 is our answer. Is 8 equal 10? Is that enough to give you a first down? No, that would not. So this is not a first down.